3, 2, 1. Total Transformations, episode 4.
Oh my lord, I look like my mother there.
Hallelujah.
Holy sh**, is that what I look like? Fucking hell. In short, I'd like to look about 20 years younger.
Woohoo!
20 years younger, can you do that?
Say 10, 100% say 10. Guys, don't go anywhere. Don't click the forward button. You're gonna wanna see these before and afters. Stay tuned.
Check these out.
You get to a certain age and you just look at yourself in the mirror and you get a bit wrinkled down here and about here, and I just like some work done, really.
I met him actually at a coffee shop.
That was a bit of divine intervention, wasn't
It was, yeah, I do believe in divine intervention.
I'm boring again.
She's a fun, vibrant entrepreneur. She owns an amazing clothing brand. It's based off of actually military and camo styles. It's very grunge, it's very quirky, and I want that brand to reflect in her outer confidence. Hi!
Hey! Welcome to the clinic, nice to meet you.
I'm Claire, I'll give you a hug.
Okay.
It's nice to meet you, welcome. We're excited to have you here at VIVA Skin Clinics.
I'm very excited to be here.
We
Cool.
have a couple things planned today. Obviously, we're gonna have a consultation with you, but I think we're covering derma filler, or the B word, delete that out, and skincare. How are we feeling about today? Are we feeling...
I'm a little bit nervous, I have to say.
She's very nervous.
Which is okay. You know, the UK industry, it's quite scary. There's people doing this that have been doing the injecting who have done a one-day course.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling. But I think also we get patients that are nervous because it's more of the fear of looking unnatural and the fear of the unknown.
So we're going to go through to consultation and we're going to go through everything with you today. So come join us. You mentioned that you're a bit nervous. Don't worry, it's completely normal to feel that. Just to give you a bit of reassurance from a background perspective, I've done this for over 11 years. I'm a GP by background. I teach and train for a company called Nu-Derm in the UK, and I've done over 50,000 procedures. So from that perspective, you're in safe hands. So tell me about the top 3 things that bug you.
Gosh, top 3, there's quite a few, but I would say around my mouth here, there's some lines coming down from the corners of my mouth here, and also from this bit here, whatever that's called. And obviously I still have a lot of all these lines on my forehead here.
So take a look in the mirror. We're going to go over what happens over time and what's contributing to those annoying lines around the mouth.
Yeah.
So as we age, we lose volume in the midface and it moves forward and down. So we start off with this beautiful upside down triangle and it becomes a bit squarer over time. The chin loses structure and rotates upwards over time as well. So we're going to add a bit of support to these areas and use a really soft hyaluronic acid just to soften the fine lines as well. If you take a look at those lines that started to annoy you on the forehead, so if you raise your eyebrows, do an angry face and a big smile, Anti-wrinkle injections help to improve those lines. So they help to treat and prevent those lines getting deeper. So what you'll notice is that the lines are softer, but you're still looking nice and natural.
Yeah.
You're going to look younger, less tired, and a bit fresher.
We had a chat and you had 3 key, I would say, characteristics of your skincare goals. Tell me those 3 things.
Well, I like to hydrate my skin, and I'm obviously very aware of the sun. So, you know, some kind of sun protection. And I like kind of like a dewy look. I don't like it sort of dry and matte looking.
Okay, so hydration's key for you. Glowing skin is key. I think you mentioned glowing skin and sun protection. And I wanted to give you something that's gonna be really results orientated. So I'm gonna put you on the Nu-Derm system. We're gonna go through the steps for that, but I really wanted to highlight 2 additional hero products I'm gonna add to it because we chat a little bit about no scent, okay? And you wanted to have a bit of a glow, but also I know from your notes with Rupert, fine lines and wrinkles were a concern. So I'm gonna put you on the Elastiderm facial serum because it has copper in it. And copper peptides are sort of dubbed the natural B word. When I say B word, I mean anti-wrinkle. I can't say the drug, but they're hailed as a natural form of the B word. The next product I'm gonna add to the Nu-Derm kit, and it is recommended by Obagi, is to use a tretinoin cream. They're absolutely incredible. They're a form of vitamin A. With tretinoin, there's no time release, it's not buffered. It's directly retinoic acid onto the skin. And the reason being I want to give that to you is because it's anti-inflammatory. So it's going to help with any pinkening, any reddening, and it's also going to increase cellular turnover. So when I say cellular turnover, I mean that glow. With these actives, it's an absolute must. You have to use sun cream. That's because we're going to be lifting the pigment. We're going to be making sure we're balancing out the pink undertones, so you have a nice, even, glowing complexion.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yep, sounds really good.
Can I get you on camera shaking? We're going to wear sun cream.
We are going to wear sun cream.
So what we're going to do today, so let's just focus in this way. So we're going to soften the forehead lines and the frown and the smile lines with 3 zones of anti-wrinkle injections. Then we're going to start off with these age prevention zones that we mentioned to help lift and tighten some of these aging signs at the front of the face. And this is all with hyaluronic acid. We're then going to do a bit of shadow softening at the front. So after the treatment, we're going to be looking fresher, younger, less tired, all with natural looking results. You did amazing. Well done. How did you find it?
It wasn't painful at all, actually.
Fantastic. Are you ready for the big reveal?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
very
so
ready.
have a little look and let me know what you think.
Oh my God, that's amazing. You're absolutely right. I literally look like 15 years younger. I just look a lot younger.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I look a lot younger. Here, obviously, I can notice a big difference around here.
The one thing I wanted you to really see immediately afterwards was your #1 area.
Yeah, and that is a huge difference. I'm shocked at how natural it looks. That's shocking me. That it just looks so unbelievably natural.
Yay!
Because that's the one thing that I always, people always get a bit worried about.
You had a big fear about this.
It's brilliant. You're one very pleased customer.
Thanks,
How are we feeling about today?
she did amazing.
Is there any downtime? Is she gonna have any downtime?
She's going to feel it
for
a couple of days for sure.
We're gonna see Im in 6 weeks.
And it's only going to get better. Guys, make sure you don't go anywhere because we have the drum roll coming up. This is the before and after moment.
Welcome back. So good to see you, Em.
Thanks for coming back in.
You're very welcome.
I love your dress.
Thank you very much.
Very summery vibes.
It is, isn't it? It's happy. It makes me happy. How are we feeling?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Genuinely.
What was the most impactful area that you noticed a difference?
I would say around my mouth. I felt that these areas here were slightly sagging, and also this jawline here was sort of coming down, and I didn't really have a definitive line there, or I didn't feel like I did, and this is much more defined now. I definitely feel more confident facially, if that's a thing to say. So I think generally the whole effect has definitely taken a few years off me.
Of the 3 things, you've got skincare, you've got derma filler, and you had anti-wrinkle treatments. We have a little bit of a competition going on. I already know the winner here, but of the 3, if someone was to ask you what you would recommend, what would be their #1 recommendation?
Oh gosh, that's really a tough one. Because the dermal filler obviously, took away a lot of the lines around here.
Yeah.
But the obviously removed the wrinkles. So, and the skincare seems to be a lovely ritual.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's a really tough one. I actually can't answer that. So you're going to have to beat that out yourself.
Has this changed the way you view aesthetic treatments?
100%.
Tell us why.
100%. I was genuinely really scared to come and see you. You know, I don't really like that look of overly filled faces or etc. I would like to look younger, but I don't want to, you know, I didn't want to look like I had work done. And what would you say the top-ups, where would the top-ups
So
be?
what happens with maintenance is a lot less than what we used initially, because there'll be a lot of stuff still working.
Yeah.
So the maintenance tends to be 2 or 3 syringes of dermal filler, and that's on a 6 to 9 month basis.
Yeah.
So the filler is much easier to maintain in the long run. So from what you've gone through, the touch-ups are much easier.
How do you think it went, babe?
I was really happy because she's happy.
Yeah,
you know, literally by doing those 3 things we do very well, anti-wrinkle, hyaluronic acid done for skincare, that really is transformational when it's done right. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found that really useful, and I hope you can see where people go on their journey in our clinic. So bringing people confidence, happy days.
Guys, if you liked today's content, drop us a comment below, click the subscribe button, and you know that really cool little bell icon? Show us some love. Click the bell so you know when we drop the next episode of Total Transformations. We'll see you guys soon.